What's up, guys? I want to run a what if through you guys. So imagine this: COVID first case. So I understand this first. Quantitative tightening ends 2019 July. First COVID case December 2019. Lockdowns March 2020. So now we're looking at lockdowns 8 or 9 months off the back of quantitative tightening wrapping up. Then we get QE around April, right? QE kicks in. We get our printer, we get our 3K to 60K Bitcoin. Everything is great. But we had that before. We had lockdowns before that. Oil crashed to $10, right? Because if you can imagine that demand for oil has crashed, factories are shut, travel is shut down, no airports, no freight, no running around, everything had stopped, right? And then once the supply backs up, once the actual storage is finished, the tankers, the everything is done, there's no more storage, oil itself crashed, they couldn't take any more delivery and that market was killed. Imagine this taking it all back to now. Imagine the US has monopolized the energy sector right now, right? They have Iran, they have the toll booth on the strait. They're fighting for all of that stuff. They have Venezuelan oil, controlling a lot of the minerals and controlling a lot of the very necessary components for AI, right? And then you have China. China's very reliant on imported oil. China needs energy lower to essentially be able to compete. They don't want the US to monopolize that whole sector, right? Which is kind of what it is that they're doing. China has the Belt and Road. They control 70% of the world minerals, critical earths for AI, for tech, for this advancements of this weaponry that they are in fact developing. Iran's one of the biggest lithium producers worldwide. Like, they have one of the biggest deposits globally. So if you can imagine all of these things for why and where the war has started. But imagine this, the US monopolizes the energy sector and it seems that the game is done, right? It seems that the US he who controls all of the energy is going to advance fastest, and in an AI race, as the US and China are in, the US is going to win. So can you imagine this? Now China's rebuttal is to release a virus. A virus that slows down production, slows down travel, and it can in fact crash oil back to $10, right? We saw that replica play from the coronavirus issue, where the oil itself crashed, demand crash. Now they can also get their restricted movement that they want. All of these things can happen, but is this the rebuttal play from China? Is this the only play that they had on the board? Essentially, they were worried that the US would control all of this oil. The US has put all of this cash into taking Venezuela, taking all of these places. Okay, well, you are banking on being able to sell that Venezuelan oil at $100 a barrel, $80 a barrel. Let's run it down to $20. And now you can't afford to mine that oil. You can't get it. Like, you can't start digging and developing on that oil yet. We can crash the market and make it unprofitable for you for a very long time. And is this the next virus? It's definitely one to watch. Don't get caught by surprise. My guys at SRB Wealth, this is an idea that I'm spitballing. And, I did call the oil move from $80 to 120. I called another move eventually to correct to 100, then go to 150 for an all-time high. But this may change the game.